All right, what's up, guys? So today's review, we're gonna be reviewing Andrew Schulz's Soccer Feminists Oppress Themselves. How to fix it. So a little background about me. I grew up playing soccer. I was on the state regional the state regional team went to national camp for soccer when ODP was actually ODP. Like now you go, it's probably like 30 kids trying to make the ODP team. So pretty much everybody makes it. They just make 2 teams. It's not as bad. Like when I did it, I had to compete versus thousands and thousands of kids to try to make the state team, try to make the regional team against other kids from like that have been chosen between thousands of kids to try to make it onto 32-person team on the regional team. Got to travel to Germany, Argentina, Spain. Went down to Mexico, played down there a little bit. And yeah, that's my background, so that's why I wanted to do this. I wanted to see his insight because I have my own opinions about women's soccer. People might not like it, people might agree. But we'll see what he has to say, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video.
Women's soccer. Okay, lesbians, now I have your attention.
Fuck.
Why Subaru? Anyway, I want to explain why the U.S. women's national team sued U.S. Soccer for sexist wage discrimination. Now, there are 2 reasons. 1, they are the most dominant force in women's soccer history. 2, they're fucking idiots. Now, I'm not here to bash women. Hope Solo has done that enough. I just want to clarify what's going on. So here it is. The U.S. men's team, if you can even call them men, has an incentive-based contract. They only get paid when they play. And by play, I mean get their shit pushed in by the third world. The U.S. women's team was offered a similar incentive-based contract. They turned it down. The women demanded guaranteed money instead. Then they went out and pillaged more foreign women than the Vikings and won another World Cup. So they did the math and realized they would have made more money if they had taken the original incentive-based contract. So they sued to change their contract and receive back pay for all the games they've already played. Obviously, the judge thought this was ridiculous and threw the case out immediately. Now, lasses of the grasses, chicks between the sticks, bitches of the pitches. You can't sue someone for giving you the contract you asked for.
True.
You also can't call someone sexist for giving you the contract you asked for. Furthermore, if you ask for a sexist contract, U.S. Soccer isn't oppressing you. You're oppressing you. Now, I understand it's shocking that women would break an agreement just because they're in a position to benefit financially, but that's exactly what happened here. And you dare say men have commitment issues. Now, in all fairness, for the first time in the history of sports outside of stripping, women are more profitable than the men. Pole dancing is a sport, by the way, and I'm a huge supporter of women's athletics. Let's go Magic City. Times are changing, people. Step out of the past, you bigots. Women are more successful than men at soccer. Men are more successful than women at being women. Welcome to 2020, man. Zim or Zer or whatever goofy shit you white kids made up because you feel guilty about not having any struggle in your life. Based on the money the women bring in, they should be making far more than the men, and I know how to make it happen. Easily. You pay the men what they're worth. Nothing. Zip. Zilch.
Damn.
Zero. Zer. This is sports socialism. They do nothing and get paid anyway. It's un-American. Now, some of you might say that that's unfair. And to that I say, fuck you, you commie prick. The men's soccer team is garbage and they should be treated as such. Put them in a bag, light it on fire. Is that what we do at Trash? The men didn't even make it in the World Cup. We couldn't beat Panama. That's not even a country. That's a shortcut. We couldn't beat Honduras. We couldn't beat Costa Rica. We couldn't beat Mexico. We have 40 million Central American immigrants in this country. Are they just sending the ones that can't play soccer? Hombres, the Statue of Liberty is not holding up a red card. All those people, not one Chicharito. When Trump said they're not sending their best, you gotta admit he was right. And you know what? We should build a wall. So we only let in the ones with the athletics to jump over it. That's how you win some headers. Now, don't get me wrong, mi gente. I appreciate the jobs you do. Thank you for delivering my Postmates. I need you to deliver a World Cup. Hector, off this field, onto this one. Please, steal these jobs. The men's soccer team stinks. They are the exception to American exceptionalism. We can put a man on the moon, but we can't put a ball in a goal. You know America's greatest soccer achievement was beating Colombia in the 1994 World Cup? How'd we beat them? Colombia scored on themselves. Yeah, we can't even score our own goals.
And then he got
in
killed
2010,
later.
we lost to Ghana. Ghana! A country we give millions of dollars in foreign aid every year. We're losing to teams we're feeding. Seriously, Ghana, if you beat us again, I'll tell you what's going to be Ghana.
Shit.
The rice.
Oh,
Yeah. You
shit.
can kiss that delicious jollof goodbye. To me, it's clear. The women's team makes stars. We know who they are. Mia Hamm, Alex Morgan, Ninja. The men's team is fucking unrecognizable. Who's this guy? I see that guy on the street, I assume he's doing magic. This dude, that's
Tim
the most
Howard.
boring rapper of all time. This guy right here, that's a Make-A-Wish adult. Let me guess, he's the star of a soccer movie called Bend It Like Leukemia. Now, I'm not saying the women's team is more skilled
What
than
the
the men's
fuck?
team. Of course not. And yes, they win mostly because half the world's women are stuck under curtains. They're also trying to hijack the women's rights movement to gain public sympathy to get them out of a dumb contract that they asked for. But at the end of the day, they're undeniably the best in the world. And this is America. We love being the best, baby. Matter of fact, the only thing we love more than oppressing women is winning. So broads, take the money, because I know one thing for certain. The future of American soccer is female. Thanks, guys. Peace.
Okay. He's got a few things right and a few things wrong, in my opinion. One thing, yes, the women's soccer, U.S. soccer team has far exceeded what the men's soccer team has been able to accomplish. That's for sure. But he's talking about the pay wages. Okay. He's talking about paying the men less because they're garbage. Okay. They might be garbage, but how many people do you know that are buying the tickets to a World Cup to see the women's national team? How many people do you know that have gone to see a World Cup to see the men's national team? You probably know a few. I know a lot of people who have seen the men's Mexico national team. I know, like, the World Cup is one of the biggest sporting events ever. It's just people aren't paying to see the women's soccer team. I don't know what the sales are in jerseys, but I'm sure the men's jerseys outsell the women's jerseys by a lot. That's just how it is. I mean, look at the WNBA. I mean, you look in the stands, you can't really compare a full stadium versus the amount of people that show up to the events. Look at the women's soccer games. They're barely even packed. Like, they're not even close to packed. Men's soccer games, they have pretty wide fan base. Can you attribute that to probably people not respecting the women's soccer as much? Probably. But it's just like any other sport. I mean, I'm sorry to say this, but the levels are different. Like, I'm sorry to say, but a high-level high school soccer team, like that's number one in the nation, would probably beat the women's national team. I'm sorry to say it. That's just how I see it. I mean, I used to play, I was 15. We were able to bring girls from the women's national team down to play, practice with us and everything. And we would just play around them. I mean, it's just hard to say. Yes, for women to be able to be number one in the world, yes, they should get paid for it. I agree. They should be making the money they deserve. But to say they should be making more than the men's team when the men's team probably makes more money from different avenues like jerseys, like the amount of people that actually show up to events and stuff like that. I mean, you can't compare that the men, even though they haven't accomplished as much, bring in more of a fan base than the women's national team. Yes, there are more women, and like it's gotten better. People have been able to see, gone to see more women's events now than they ever have. That's true, but it's nowhere near to the amount that it is for the men's team. It's just not. I've never even gone to see a women's national team game. And I'm a huge soccer supporter. I've never gone because it's hard to say. Like, it's just, I'll support them, but you're not going to see me buy a jersey. You're not going to see me going to their games unless probably somebody pays for it. Or it's like if they have the World Cup here and then I can afford a ticket, maybe I'll go see them then. But they just don't have the fan base. I'm sorry to say it. So he's got some things right, some things he's way off on. But man, do the men have to fucking pick it up. And the reason there's not Mexicans playing on the Mexican national team, you can't have a U.S. fucking team full of fucking Mexicans, all Mexicans. You go to California right now, I bet you right now, there's a bunch of Mexicans right now that could outdo a lot of people on the U.S. national team right now. But they didn't go to college like most of these guys did because they can't afford it. They didn't get the looks because obviously they can't afford being on a top club, paying $300 a fucking month. Because here in Illinois, one of the top clubs, to be able to practice and play on that fucking club, it might not even be on the top level. Like, you might not even be in the first one. You're paying $300 a fucking month. It's pay to play here in the fucking U.S. Change that shit, and you'll be able to fucking get better players and be able to develop them without having them to go broke trying to fucking do it. The players are there. Just make it fucking affordable for them to fucking play. All right? A lot of these kids can outdo a lot of the players, but they're not going to get seen by the top scouts. They're not going to be seen by the top teams because they can't afford to get seen by them. All right? That's just my opinion. I don't know, man. You might not like it. Fuck. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. That's just my fucking opinion. I've been around soccer for long enough to know that the difference between men's and women's soccer teams is just there. Sorry. Genetics has a big thing in it. It has a big part in it. It has a... it's shitty to say, man, because I support women's soccer. I coach women's soccer teams. And I love the way they play. They're more technical. But the speed and the strength is just... it's just different, man. Sorry to say it. But, yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. And let me know what you guys think. If you guys think I'm fucking wrong, then I'm fucking wrong. All right? That's your opinion. That's mine. Hopefully you enjoyed it.